Rise and Shine show with Sea Lake Journeys.
It's time to rise and shine.
So we want to say good morning to everyone that's listening and driving. We're so glad you're here.
Yes, we are. So if you're driving, we're going to keep you awake and get you to work or the yard sale or wherever it is you're going this morning.
Well, let's get that jingle. You ready?
I'm ready.
Rise and shine. Join us
for a lap this morning, Sea Lake Journey Crew.
Now, on with the show.
Huh.
On with the show.
Oh, the show, that means that's us.
That's us.
All right. Good morning, everybody. Woohoo!
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Time to rise and shine.
Rise and shine, everybody. It's Thursday. It's almost the weekend.
Almost.
I know it. I
Almost.
can't wait till the weekend.
Hey,
You know
check it
what?
out. I'm wearing my This Is Hope. This is Hope. What
Yes.
it looks like. Ta-da. Yeah, I put this on after a sleepless night with the amputated leg giving me phantom pains. And oh boy, if anybody wants to know about that, I can tell you all about that.
So we want to say good morning to everybody that's listening and driving or listening and working or listening and doing other things.
Yeah, if you're listening and doing your laundry, great. I got an extra basket for you.
Yeah, I do too. If anybody knows where our roofer is, we would really love to see him sometime
Yeah, how
this
about
century.
And my lawnmower that I ordered. I could use that too.
Yeah, there you go. So we got some people in the chat this morning. Let's go ahead and hit that up. We have the glorious Gaylords.
The
Good
Gaylords.
morning, Gaylords.
They were here before me
They're
again.
always here before us. And get that salute up because
Mike the Shark.
is in the house.
How about that? He says, hello, beautiful people
And of course, we have Law Jones.
from the Great Lakes. What's he say there? He says, laugh my hiney off. I was just going to pop in the chat and say, ha ha, Gaylords, I was first. Well, how about that?
Well, obviously, the Gaylords is also first over on See Me Traveling, which doesn't even start for another half hour. They were over there at 7 o'clock. I think that what they do is they wait for the thumbnail, because lately I've been getting the thumbnail up late because I just can't seem to get everything done in 24 hours. I think they watch for the thumbnail. Oh, there's a thumbnail.
Yeah, we're watching for it too. Do we have a thumbnail up this morning?
Oh, let's see. So the Gaylords say, let's put up here what the Gaylords are
The
saying.
Gaylords say, good morning, Law Jones. I don't try to be first. I just say hi when I get on. Well, we're glad you're here. And we're glad all y'all's here. We like the race into the morning. In fact, I'm going to have to start getting involved in this race, see if I can get here before y'all.
There you go. Hey.
Gaylord say, I have this on a laptop, Cruise Vet on the TV, and See Me on the iPad. Wow!
So they got their own little terminal going on.
You talk about multitasking. That's fantastic. I love
know,
it.
right? OMG.
Sometimes we have to do that too, though.
Good morning, Eddie.
Yo, 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 Brooklyn in the house, y'all. He's saying good morning to everybody and good morning, buenos dias, and buongiorno. Yeah, something like that.
I'm glad
in
you
French.
can read that. I can never read his stuff. I'm just not that smart in the morning.
And well, this is the only time I get dumber as the day goes on. Y'all don't want to see me at 6 p.m. Eddie says, rise and got my coffee ready, y'all.
All right, Eddie.
Eddie says, shine. I'll do later. All right. How's the weather going up there in the Great Lakes, Eddie saying?
Well, Eddie says it's 49 in Georgia and it's nice. And the Gaylords say that it's 46 and sunny in New York.
Wow.
And Law Jones says it's 54 here. Still nice. Burr can't see the sunrise.
No, but can't see the sunrise.
sunrise.
Well, because you got a little bit of clouds up there.
Oh.
I think it's, I forgot what it was this morning. I think it's 65, about 65 here.
Mm-hmm. So, oh, look, we had Sea Lake Journeys is in the chat.
Sea Lake Journeys. Good morning, everyone. Let us know what you want to talk about today and the rest of the week. Okay. I think I'm going to tell them what I want to talk about.
But Law Jones says that breakfast is always a good topic.
Well, I'm just finishing up my oatmeal, Law. It's a oatmeal with a little bit of brown sugar, some cinnamon, and some apple cider vinegar.
Okay, so we have the Z Show is in the house. Good morning, Z-Man.
Good morning, Z-Man. Oh, we'll have to come back to the Z-Man. I just watched this review this morning on the new Love Boat show.
Oh, go ahead and talk about it.
Oh, yeah. So I've heard about the new Love Boat show. It's on Princess Cruises. just like it was back in the 70s when it started. So I've been curious about it. We don't really have regular TV, so we can't watch nothing like that. But I saw the Z-Man has been watching it, and he rated it. So I'm not going to tell you how he rated it. I want you to go to the Z-Man's channel and check out his rating. How about that?
Okay. So Law Jones says that we should have our chat starting at 7:30.
I'm beginning to think we should. You know
Just
what?
get on and start the chat at 7:30.
Yeah, you know what? And if the show kicks off a little earlier, what the heck? We'll see. I think the chat does need to start 7:30.
And then he just goes even further and says we should have a 1-hour breakfast show.
Well,
We should be eating breakfast on the show.
Why not? We can talk about breakfast.
Cooking breakfast.
So what are you having this morning, Law? Like I say, I'm having oatmeal. I also had a slice of cheese.
He has weird stuff.
I
Good
do.
morning, Traveler Bless. So glad to see you here this morning. So Chet says that y'all have passed us up in the race.
No, I didn't. That's a different channel.
Oh, that's a different channel. Well, good morning, Traveler Bless. So nice to have you here with us this morning. And the Gaylords say, hey, Eddie, I just subscribed and will start binge watching your videos later this morning. Awesome. Thank you. That's what it's all about.
Eddie's a great dude.
And Fearless Rambler's in the house. Good morning. And by the way, the Fearless Rambler has still not told me what his email address is.
George, we need your email address. How can I send you a bill if I don't have your email address? Yeah, he gave a good little talk on a video about microphones and trying to pick one.
Yes, he did.
And I don't know if anybody is curious, but this is what we've got. It's a Rode. It's a Rode mic.
One of the three we have.
Yeah, right. Because we went through them too, just like you're doing, George. And we ended up with this one, and this one's been spectacular. Okay,
so we have the Moonlight Adventures in the house. We got to talk about these guys. Okay, I am so sorry, but we have to talk about the Moonlight. Do y'all know what's going on over there at the Moonlight Adventures?
I'm not sure they know what's going on.
I'm not sure they know what's going on.
There was some news guy on y'all's channel.
What is his name? John Bourbon?
Yeah, John Bourbon.
You know, he's like invaded their channel.
Yeah, he took over your channel, guys. I don't know if y'all knew that.
The great thing about him invading their channel is they talks about us.
Hey, if you don't know what's going on with all the cruise channels, John Bourbon knows, and he'll give you a quick update of everything that the channels are doing. If they're on a cruise, if they're doing a video on this, if they're doing a video on that, if they're out walking their dog. Yes. Somehow John Bourbon knows what's going on in the cruise world.
Somehow he has hacked into Moonlight Adventures YouTube account.
Yeah, I don't know if y'all...
And he posts his own videos there. So this is my thing. Does John Bourbon think that if he hacks into the Moonlight Adventures YouTube account, that he can get their monetization?
Oh, you better watch out for that, Josh. You better watch out for that, Josh. That check might be going to somebody else. I don't know.
I think John Bourbon may be jumping in, getting that monetization check. Good morning.
Speaking of what's going on in the YouTube world, don't forget, if you want to know what's going on today, check out PSV Odyssey and Paul S. Vines on Facebook. That's where he has the whole rundown. Okay, so go check that out and find out who's going to be on today.
Yes. And good morning, See Me Traveling. So nice to have you with us.
Good morning, Kurt and Marcia.
And Eddie has a question for you, Chet.
Tequila!
It's not tequila.
Eddie says, I'm there, Chet. Not amputated, but arthritis below the waist. Yeah, I've got no arthritis, but I had some phantom pains big time.
CME also had a restless night. It must have been a restless night for everybody.
A restless night? Yeah, I'll tell you what. I didn't even go to bed till almost 2 because I was up here going, ah! Ah! It's like getting shot. It's like sticking your leg into a 440 circuit. And
CME Traveling says they do more than one device as well.
Yeah, we have to too. We finally broke down. Now we've got 2 up here, 3 monitors.
Jeffrey Schmidt.
Jeffrey Schmidt.
I have nothing today. Oh. I do not know what happened to me. I do not have a positive affirmation. I do not have a dad joke of the day. I don't think Chet even has useless. Oh, I do have one thing. It's the only thing I have today.
What do you got?
Did you know what a group of giraffes are called?
Giraffes?
Nope.
What are they called?
They're called a tower.
A tower?
Yeah, they
really that kind of makes sense.
Yeah. So Jeffrey Schmidt, here you go. Read his.
Jeffrey Schmidt. Good morning, everyone. Joke of the day. I married Miss Wright. I didn't know her first name was always. That's good. Hey, that's fantastic, Jeffrey. You know, can you do that every morning? Bring a joke on here every morning because
Yeah,
we're getting used to this.
that's kind of Jeffrey. You now have a job with Sea Lake Journeys. Of course, we're not going to pay you for that job, but you are to bring the dad joke of the day.
We'll give you a squeaky though. How about that?
We're just going to start giving everybody a job, okay?
Yeah, pretty soon.
Put in the chat what you want your job to be with Sea Lake Journeys, because we're issuing out free jobs today. No pay, of course, but you will get recognized by Sea Lake Journeys.
And I don't think that Baby Enzo's workout went too good yesterday at Planet Fitness. He's still fat today.
He's still fat today. As a matter of fact, he's under the desk and can't even move.
Yeah, he's.
Well, Jeffrey Schmidt says it's 54 in Southeast Michigan today.
Y'all got some good weather up north, 40s and 50s.
And Fearless Rambler says it's nice and dark here.
Nice and dark.
And we have Antoinette at Fun is with us this morning.
Good morning, Antoinette.
And
Woo-hoo.
Paul, we've been talking about you already. Your ears must have been burning. So good morning, PSV Odyssey.
Yep, good morning,
Vinegar and oatmeal.
Yes, the vinegar, apple cider vinegar, not just any vinegar. Apple cider vinegar with the brown sugar and a little bit of cinnamon. It tastes like apple crisp or something.
And it smells gross.
No, it tastes great. Here, try some.
No, I'm not. Here, read the chats.
Well, you're talking a lot of Jones here. I had oatmeal with brown sugar and maple syrup. See, Gaylords know oatmeal how to make it. That's good stuff.
What does the Moonlight Adventures say here?
Sea leg breakfast mukbang.
Mukbang. Looking for breakfast ideas. And so Mark the Shark says biscuits and gravy with a little bit of half and half on it with onions and tomatoes. Onions and tomatoes on the side, of course, not on top of biscuits and gravy.
I could go for that. You know what? That sounds really good there, Mark the Shark.
The last time somebody was talking about biscuits and gravy on this channel, it drove us crazy, and we had to go find biscuits and gravy 2 days later.
Yeah, let me tell you, one morning it was like everybody up there was talking about biscuits and gravy, so we had to drive off and find that son.
We did.
Mm-hmm. So we can't keep going on about biscuits and gravy.
Read the chat.
Biscuits and gravy. Law Jones says, sounds good, Mark. Glad you left the eggs off the top. Yeah, eggs got to be on the side too, yeah. Fearless Rambler says, sorry, my eyelids might be open at 7:30. Doesn't matter, George. Just listen to our voice. We're going to keep you awake. Let your eyes sleep, but your ears be awake.
So Eddie Lugo says, don't be picking on JB now.
Don't be picking on JB.
Because Moonlight Adventure says he has endless energy. Oh, we don't doubt the energy.
Oh, there's no doubt about that.
No doubt about that.
No doubt.
And Gunnar Wayne is not a fan. Yeah, that's
that other guy's trying to take over their show.
The other guy is trying to take over their show. I know. They have more invaders on their show than anybody I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I'll never forget the first time that they did Gunnar Wayne and forget what her name is. I thought I was on the wrong channel because it was so bizarre. I'm like, what is going on?
Yeah, first time we looked, we was like, is this the right channel? What did we do here? People think that all the time when they see us.
Read the chats. We got to get somebody in here that can read the chats.
I can read the chats.
No, you can't.
Eddie says they need to worry about Gunnar more than JB, I tell you. Eddie says, I sleep like a baby. Last night, Alice had to wake me up.
Oh, no. Let's see. Here's Law Jones again.
Oh, Law says, I recommend a TENS unit. Retrains the brain.
Retrains the brain.
Yeah, I haven't had this in a couple of years.
Well, see, now Z-Man has the whole problem solved. Just take a fireball shot before you go to bed. You'll have a good night's sleep.
Oh, I had a fireball shot last night. I might have jumped out a window.
And Jeffrey Schmidt says he's down with that, but Mark Shark says he needs a bartender. CME Traveling says it's Mother's cider vinegar. Yes, it is Mother's.
Yes, right. One with the Mother's in it. That's correct. Yes.
Because you got to have Mother's in it.
Mother's. I think that's just that brown gooey stuff at the bottom. I don't know. But you got to shake it up good first and get it all in there. But it actually makes it taste good. Eddie says, I'm going to make ham steak with scrambled eggs and wheat toast, y'all.
That sounds really good.
Woo, man, y'all know.
Jeffrey Schmidt wants a Southern omelet.
A Southern omelet. Oh, I could eat that too.
This Saturday, the Gaylords will be making
SOS on toast. Yes, I know what that is. It's on a shingle.
Yes, exactly. We call it on a shingle. Yeah. Chat weather change.
I don't know if it's that or
no. I tell you what it's. I know exactly what it's from.
What?
Because we got all this yard debris that he's been trying to clean up, and the ditch was full of water. So he kept jumping over the ditch. A one-legged man jumping over a ditch is never a good thing. And I think that all that impact that day aggravated the dinosaur. And then the next day, he did not let the dinosaur rest. See, when we go on a cruise, I'm in charge of the dinosaur. Mm-hmm. Just so you know, the dinosaur is the amputated leg. I'm in charge of the dinosaur when we... I'm in charge of the dinosaur when we go on vacation. And I say, the dinosaur can do this today, but tomorrow the dinosaur has to ride in a wheelchair because the next day we're going to be doing this. So on a cruise, the dinosaur listens to me. But see, at home, the problem is I have to go to work, and the dinosaur is now unsupervised with Chet in charge.
I forget.
Well, obviously, Chet in charge don't work for the dinosaur.
No, I don't. I think jumping over that, I think she's right. I think jumping over all those ditches, I think I just aggravated that nerve ending.
Hold the phone. Did y'all hear that? Did you hear what he just said?
I married Miss Wright.
I'm right.
And her first name's always. What a timely joke Jeffrey Schmidt brought us this morning.
There you go. See, that's why he's in charge of the dad jokes of the day.
If I could have done all this by myself, I wouldn't have had to got married. But you
there
know
you
what?
Go.
All right, so the Gaylors say one-legged man jumping over a ditch sounds like you're starting a joke. Oh boy, yeah, I couldn't believe I was doing it either. I forgot what I was doing. I jumped over. I go, what am I doing? I jumped over it again. You know, you just, I don't know. Sometimes you do stupid things.
So I want to throw this out too as well, just as a reminder for everybody. Our Saturday night show, we want to feature some people or
yes,
some channels. If you have a channel you want to be featured, we're going to have the link up for the live stream, and you just jump in the live stream, tell us about your channel. If you don't have a channel, even if you do have a channel, but you want to promote someone else's channel and let everybody know about this other great channel, let us know that as well. We're going to come bring you in. You're going to tell us about that great channel. Right. We'll try to find the link for that channel. Hopefully my moderators will be in there, and Johnny on the spot, which they always are. We have some fabulous moderators. And if you'd like to be a moderator for our show, just let us know. We'd be more than glad to add you, because you can never have too many. Because you never know when somebody's sick, on vacation, or is at work, or just can't seem to make it there today.
Had to go to the flea market, you know.
There you go. And Kathy Mills is with us here this morning. Good morning, Kathy.
Good morning, Kathy.
Never too late for Sea Lake Journeys, girlfriend.
Never too late. See.
Never too late.
Never too late. All right. So, what was you saying?
He never listens to me. One time in over 35, however long we've been married, I don't know. We lose count. We really don't keep track of how long we've been married. It really doesn't matter. He said I was right one time, and that was today.
No, you've been right 10 or 12 times over.
Oh, Eddie Lugo says, hit me with the wrench, y'all. I can do that, Eddie. So
okay.
you go ahead and
Eddie's going to get a wrench.
Proceed, Mr. Dodd.
A wrench for his toolbox. You know, I don't know how to really do moderating. She does all that kind of stuff. Whoa, I almost disappeared. There I am. So really, if you see Sea Lake Journeys moderating, it's really hard, because only thing I know how to do is kick porn out of the channel. I can delete people's comments and stuff.
He can kick some porn out. That's true.
But adding tags and all that, I don't know how to do that yet. I've got to learn how to do that. So one day here.
You add tags.
You know what? We're dangerously close to 700 subscribers, y'all.
Woo-hoo.
Dangerously close to 700.
How about that?
So hey, make sure you let your neighbor know, your stranger know, your mailman know. Come to sign up for Sea Lake Journeys.
There you go.
So it's absolutely free.
Absolutely free.
Or their money back. Hey, Mark the Shark says, he wants a winch, a wrench.
He wants a what?
It says a tench, but I know what he means.
Mark
he means
the
a wrench. Yes, Mark the Shark. Mark the Shark, you got it, brother. We got some wrenches. We'll hand out a wrench. All right.
Mark the Shark. I got to find you, Mark the Shark.
He's swimming around
Eddie
over there.
Lugo, I just gave you a wrench. You should be able to see your wrench now, Eddie. I got to find Mark the Shark, though.
Hey, so anyway, our
good morning, SCT. So nice to have you with us this morning.
Good morning, SCT. What is going on over there, y'all? Woo!
Working, he says. Working.
He's working. Yeah, we had to put extra shelving strengthener over there, put the brain on the shelf, but we got it done. But hey, I wanted to bring up today, we're almost 60 days out from our cruise, too. Oh, look at her. The Gaylords say they're waiting for Meg's class on how to moderate. Yeah, I am, too. And I'm going to have to jump on that, too. As well, so you'll see me sitting beside you. I'm gonna cheat off your paper, okay?
Cheat off your paper. Everybody cheats off of
Meg.
Meg anyway.
That's why they're going to her class. So anyway, 60 days out from our cruise, there's some stuff you got to have done. So I want to remind you all, in case you're getting that close to your cruise, if you've got to have the wheelchair handicap notification, you should have already done that when you booked it, but make sure if you haven't done it to get it done. Otherwise, you might get a surprise and find out when you get there, you don't have the handicap room. They booted you out because you didn't turn your paperwork in.
Mark the Shark, I'm looking for you, but I can't seem to find you on YouTube. If you can tell me what you are on YouTube, I'll add you as a wrench, but I can't seem to find you.
Oh, okay. Well, y'all figure that out. And also, your stockholder form. Yesterday, I had to fill out my stockholder form and email that to them so I can get that onboard credit. You have to do that by 60 days out. Don't forget. If you got military credit like we do on Princess, make sure you get that done. Although with Princess, once you do it, typically you don't have to do it anymore. But just make sure they do have it. Go in and check your cruise with Princess and look and make sure you got your onboard credit. In fact, check any cruise line you're on 60 days out. Go and make sure if you're supposed to have onboard credit, maybe that your travel agent gave you, somebody gave you, make sure it's there. You got time to fix it if it ain't. Also, if you got some dietary issues, I had to go fill out a gluten form for her to make sure they're going to bring her some bread that ain't got gluten in it. Because we don't want.
Yeah, because she can't have gluten no more.
She can't have gluten no more. And I'm going to eat the gluten-free too. I stick with her on that. We've actually found a gluten-free bread that wasn't too bad.
Not too bad.
And how many people wait till 60 days out to get your flights or hotels if you're having to travel in?
Fearless Rambler, you have a wrench now as well. Mark the Shark, I'm still trying to find you.
What does a moderator do? I know you kick people off if they put in comments, that don't belong in there. You know what I mean?
Right. So especially like on our live, we'll get porn channels. And usually they're in German or something like that. And there's three. If you beside of everybody's name in the chat, you'll see if you hover over their name, you'll see like three little dots. And on those three little dots, it'll say delete the comment or block from the channel.
Yeah.
So you really have to trust your moderators because you don't want them blocking people that you really want on your show, but you want them to block people that don't belong there. Right. And then another thing that moderators do is they help people in the chat, especially if we're busy talking about something and someone has a question in the chat. Let's say, for example, what video were they talking about? Then somebody can put in the chat the answer to your question, especially when you get bigger. We're not big yet, but one day we will be. We hope to be. And those moderators will help answer questions. And that because when you're doing your show, you can't catch every single chat. And the moderators also tell everybody, good morning, hello, welcome to the channel, yada, yada, blah, blah.
That's right. You can't keep up with the chat when it gets too big. Obviously, we're not that big yet. But once in a while, also, you want to put somebody's, what do they call it in there?
Their link.
Yeah, link.
Only moderators can put links to people's channels in there.
Like we might say, hey, put SET's link in there so that anybody who's here right now can find a way to their channel. So
Fearless River says it wasn't for YouTube. I don't know how to use a wrench. He says, Eddie Lugo, you may not see your wrench until you get out of the show and come back into another show. And Fearless Rambler, I didn't make you a moderator for us, but if you want to be a moderator for us, you just let us know.
Yeah, you don't really have to know how to do anything. Yeah. I don't know how to do anything, and here I am. I'm sitting over here. How about that? Oh, also, by 60 days out, if you haven't booked your shore excursions, if you're going to book them, make sure you might have waited too long even. I booked our dog sled when we go to Alaska in next May. As soon as that excursion came out, I looked at it and it had 20 available twice. So 40 available. So I waited a week. I said, I got to go in there and book that. Well, by the time I went, I got the last 2 seats on that helicopter. That's right. Only a week made a difference. And let me tell you can't get that now. So if you waited until now, it's too late. So if you're going to a bucket list place, make sure you get that excursion early. Don't wait till 60 days out. But I'm just saying by 60 days, make sure, go get your excursions if there's one you really want to do.
I put up there for you.
Oh, the Gaylords, 23 days till our cruise. I'm thinking about taking my wheelchair. If you're thinking about taking it, do it now. They really like to have notifications 60 days out, but go ahead and do it now. Notify them that you you got a wheelchair, and there's a form. Are you doing Carnival, right? Yeah, yeah, you're doing a Carnival trip. There's a form you got to fill out. You'll tell them the dimensions of your wheelchair, what kind of wheelchair. Is it a folding? Is it, and how high is it? How wide is it? How much does it weigh? And how often you use it. Find that questionnaire on the Carnival website and get that thing filled out as soon as possible. And let them know you're bringing it, okay? Eddie Lugo says, the Gaylors, I have a walker that I take it everywhere. Yeah, walker.
They fold up pretty easy.
Yeah,
so
walker's not a problem. You get that
don't
in
have
any
problem with
room.
that.
Yeah, you can get that in any room. You're good to go with a walker. But a wheelchair, if you're actually going to need it going in and out of the room, and you need a handicap accessible room, they may already be sold out if you don't have one by now.
Right.
But call them today. Get on that today, Gaylors.
Mark the Shark is really pushing for that hour-long show.
Hope you guys go for a 1 hour show. It could happen. You never
and
know.
Eddie Lugo's right there with him. Yeah, okay. So
It could happen. I'll tell you what. All right, so make sure you get those excursions, those bucket lists, wheelchair forms, all that before your 60 days, okay? And that's the main points I wanted to bring out, because yesterday I had to make sure I got in my shareholders form so I could get that extra $100 onboard credit. So I got $100 for the military. I got $100 for shareholder. So I'm going to have $200 onboard credit.
yes, and the shareholder right now is like $6 a share. For you to buy 100 shares, because you have to have 100 shares for the onboard credit. 100 shares is going to be
$650 maybe right now.
Yeah.
I might went up a little bit, maybe $700 today, but you'll still.
So Jeffrey Schmidt's on his way to the gym. Peace in the valley, everybody.
All right, Jeffrey Schmidt, baby Enzo's here ready. He's jumping up and down on my chair right now. Please take him with you. Woo! Yellow brother. All right, Gaylor says, I use a cane always, but when I have to walk long distances or if I have done too much.
Yeah.
Yep, that's me. Like she says, I have to limit how much walking I do because my leg won't take it. If I do too much, then I'm down in a wheelchair for a couple of days because the stump's hurting.
And, you know, a lot of people have the little walker that has a little seat on it so you can sit and rest. We highly suggest those to people. We don't particularly use one because we're not there yet, but it's a great thing to take with you. We've seen way too many people. Now, this is another thing. Well, I'm talking about this. We've seen way too many people just need a place to sit for a minute. So if you have that little walker that you have a seat on, you can sit down.
Yes.
But the thing I want to say about that is it's not a wheelchair. We have seen far too many people trying to push people in that walker. It doesn't roll like that. It is meant.
Yeah, we see people pushing down the pier or somebody sitting on anything.
When you sit on it, what happens is your weight pushes the walker seat down and more or less locks the wheels in place. So you'll ruin that walker by using it as a quote unquote wheelchair. So don't do that, but make sure that you have it with you. So that way, if you need a place to sit down for a moment.
We're contemplating getting that for me, but I'm going to stick with just a wheelchair because sometimes I think I can walk and then all I need is sit down and take my leg off and change the socks and things like that. But what happens if, oh no, I can't walk no more. So end up needing a wheelchair anyway. Bought another 100 shares Monday at $7.10.
That's pretty good.
Woo! You go.
That's pretty good.
That's a smart move right there.
Because we bought it as high as 25 before. So
yeah, and as low as I think the lowest I got was 750 or something like that.
So with those walkers that have the little seat on it, back to that again. When you open those up as well, they have little handbrakes. And I've seen I've actually had to rescue many people with the little handbrakes not working because when they opened it up, it pinched their little wires. So make sure that you're folding it properly and opening it up properly. And do not use it as a wheelchair. You're just going to ruin it. And not only that, the person trying to push you is going to be exhausted because those wheels, the weight of your body is locking those wheels in place.
Yeah. And just a note on the wheelchairs too. The cruise ships have a couple, but they will not loan them to you. That's just if you get there and you can't walk up the ramp because there can be a lot of ramps. They can be steep and you need wheelchair assistance there. That's for them to get you on the ship and off the ship. And that's pretty much it.
Yes, that's another big mistake that people make. They say, well, the cruise line has wheelchairs for you to use. They have wheelchairs for you to use boarding and embarking and disembarking at ports, but not for you to use on the ship the whole time you're on the ship.
And if you don't want to take one, maybe you got to fly and you don't want to take it, you can rent a chair and have the chair waiting for you there on the ship.
Yes. And don't forget, everybody, give us a thumbs up. And
Oh,
we
yes,
really
thumbs
do
up.
appreciate each and every one of you that show up every morning to be with us. And the hashtag replay. We love you guys as well. And we just want to thank you all for giving us your time and for supporting us.
Mark the Shark says, go for an hour for a week and see what happens. We'll think about that. What time should we start? At 7:30?
What was this?
Mark the Shark.
Please,
said-
please, 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 he says. Please, please.
Go for an hour for a week and see what happens. Well, we have to start at 7:30.
We'd have to start at 7:30.
Who could be there at 7:30?
Yeah. I guess
I
we'd
can
have
be
to
there.
take a poll. And I'll put up a poll on our community page. If we did a live every morning at 7:30 from 8:30, would you be there? Fearless Rambler says, do it at 9 a.m. I have to go to work, Fearless Rambler. Now, Chet can do a live show by himself every day at 9 a.m.
Well,
Would
usually,
y'all like that?
usually I have stuff to do. I have to go do yards and stuff.
Oh, do you now?
I have to mow
Have
yards.
to jump over ditches.
Have to jump over ditches. Somebody's got to do it.
Well, that was my alarm clock telling me that I've got to get out of here and go to work. So that you guys, don't forget, we'll see you in the morning as well as Friday. We are in the raid parade. You can go to,
Yes.
we have a video, the Pelicans Perch, that's set up as a premiere, and it has the raid parade there. That's I think we're second in the raid parade.
Yep. We're second.
But until then, you guys, we'll see you around the channel.
See you around the channel.